The younger the victim, the more tragic the consequences of war. This little one, so weakened by exposure and lack of proper nourishment, died a few weeks later in spite of everything that could be done for her. So the children of Korea cry out for help.
(1950) in Korea was the most difficult time in Korean history. The Civil War took over 3 million lives, turning the country into ashes. The armistice agreement was signed, but a lonely journey for the orphans and widows did not end. A shelter for them was set up. This is how World Vision began in Korea.
부산 답답
쓰셨어요 그때?
이때 11살.
맞아.
응희. 반찬도 그냥 뭐 그때 고생하고 이제 모자원 들어가서 그래도 편히 살았어요.
월드비전의 창설자 되시는 밥 피어스 목사님의 모든 학비 같은 걸 전부 다 대줘가지고 제가 공부를 했기 때문에 평생 잊을 수 없는 은인이죠.
And one of the most moving scenes is the sight of broken-bodied little children. These little fellows wear one pair of shoes between them.
In 1950, as a war correspondent, Bob Pierce revisited South Korea to help rescue the war victims. He met his lifelong friend and partner, Reverend Han, who was committed to helping the war widows and orphans. And together, they planted a seed of love in a nation full of sadness and despair.
반월과 시력의 관계라고 늘 같이 따라다니고.
Dr. Pierce and Reverend Han started a children's hospital for the war orphans. Vulnerable children that were unprotected and left alone were given a new life at this place. Orphans were connected with new families overseas so that they could be loved and cared for again, just like all children should be.
서양 분이고 아주 따뜻한데 이렇게 이제 꼭 이렇게 안아주시니까 이렇게 이제 어떤 까칠까칠한 어떤 수요.
나를 그 후원자가 매달 이렇게 선물도 보내주고 후원 외에 20분 버는 거 외에 그분이 선물을 별도로 줘요.
너무너무 고마운 분들이에요. 아버지는 86세, 엄마는 75세.
Of 200,000 war orphans, many found new moms and dads who looked different but equally loved them. Many people across the world began to sponsor these Korean orphans. What these new families gave them was not just money and gifts, but also love.
보내주신 카드와 돈 입을 잘 받았어요. 아주 예쁜 블라우스를 샀어요. 그리고 남은 돈 170원은 저금했어요. 정말 감사해요.
Ji-young's family in the USA has walked a lifelong journey with her. To them, she was more precious than anyone else. Love from sponsors enabled the choir members to overcome the tragedy of war. Their beautiful voices touched people's hearts. The choir members restored their confidence and courage through singing, which also inspired many people around the world. The song of hope in the middle of tragedy brought hope to the world.
그때는 정말 근데 그것도 참 아이디어가 너무 좋았어요. 그 사랑의 빵조차가 그 통조차도 아름다웠고. 보내는 방법 알죠? 여기다가 보내고요.
In 1991, a miracle happened. World Vision Korea switched from being a receiving organization to a giving organization, and it was the first World Vision office to take the venture. Coins, collected one by one, were put into the love loaves and sent to countries in need.
사람의 마음을 이렇게 좀 감동시키는 기획이 아니었나.
한편 염려가 있었죠. 근데 막상 그 현장에서 펼쳐지는 동네밭을 보면서 제가 더 놀랐습니다.
여기 대한민국 최초의 나눔 저금통 월드비전 사랑의 빵이 장관을 만들어냈습니다.
Each love loaf became a part of the huge penny harvest field, and we learned to practice generosity in our everyday life.
먹을 거 먹고 나면 동물은 아무 생각이 없는데 사람은 배가 채워지면 그때부터 꿈을 꾸는 거예요.
그들한테 내가 얼마 정도 도와주면 된다고 생각을 했는데 그 힘든 걸 내가 직접 경험해 본다.
Korean students volunteered to go a day without food for the sake of children in need in other parts of the world. Students voluntarily go through hunger. A small change in one person ultimately leads to a greater change for all in the world.
And that's the best people. Make this world a better place.
Change is real, transformation is real.
In the lives of children.
이렇게 한 아이에 결연하는 사람이 많아지면 가보니까 정말 이렇게 사업을 하는 것이
World Vision demonstrates how we can make a difference when we work together.
굉장히 너무너무 미안하지만은 어떻게 해서 이렇게 먼저 말한 데서 한 밤이 짧고 해야지. 예전에 소스타마다. 남편은 어떨때요? 쓸까 안 말할래. 전혀 도와주지 않는단 말이야. 너니 애기니? 어휴 이거라. 엄마 다 시중 들고 동생 밥 해주고 그러는구나. 말해보라.
8-year-old Bontu looks after her sick mother and little sister. She should be in school, playing with her friends, but the reality is different.
우리는 너무 행복한 거야. 너무 우리가.
For these children, having a dream is a luxury. And our love may be the only chance for them. 3 years later, we visited the family again. There had been many changes. Bontu's mother was now cooking for her children. Once quiet and sad, Bontu's home is now full of laughter and happiness. This family shows how much we can do when we reach out just a little.
We are going to be able to use the resources provided to us by our donors in the best possible way.
기관 자체로 봐서는 그 투명성과 또 신뢰성에
그 시스템 잘 되어 있고 거버넌스도 굉장히 훌륭하고 해서
어디서 저런 열정이 나올까 하고 이렇게 감탄할 정도로
직접 번역을 하면서 확인하니까 굉장히 정말 투명한 단체구나.
Child sponsors help World Vision achieve its dream for children.
아동이 잘 지내고 있는지 건강 상태는 어떤지 관리할 수 있는 이런 사무실도
병에 걸렸는지 피부병이 있는지 아니다 이런 식으로
$30 a month, and now there is a school for children.
And it was almost collapsing.
When we reach out, there is someone else's hand to hold.
어떻게 너무 좋아. 너도 오니? 매일 크리스마스 때 카드에다가 축구공만 그려서 오는 거예요.
We share only a little bit of what we have, but we receive so much more in return.
제가 그랬죠. 제가 친정엄마 같다고. 근데 그 친구도 그렇게 느꼈던 것 같아요.
결연은 그 아이들을 위해서 하는 게 아닙니다. 내 자신을 위해서 하는 거예요.
저를 다지게 돼요. 좋은 사람이 돼야겠다.
주는 것보다 받는 게 더 많은 것 같아요. 진짜로.
월드비전 일은 이제는 내 생의 일부가 됐어요.
자주 오다 보니까 그냥 월드비전 직원이라고 생각하는 게 아니고 동생 같고 후배 같고.
앞으로도 더 많이 잘해서 더 많은 도시락을 선물해드렸으면 좋겠습니다.
Well, what's this?
The Lenin sisters of Korea, or probably their name is Lee or Kim or Che, to keep them from feeling isolated, ostracized, cut off from the rest of the world just because they are orphans.
Children can now smile again. This small miracle spread seeds of hope in the hearts of millions of people. We will continue to walk across the generations to bear fruits of love. A better world for children. This is what World Vision stands for.
우리의 비전은
For every child.
A prayer for every heart.
Ons gebed voor ieder hart.
실현하도록 하는 것입니다.